Hello, you guys. Happy Monday morning. My name is Andrea Wilson. I'm the broker over at Brick House Realty. On Mondays, I like to jump on here and share some information, kind of give you a market Monday. Today, I'm talking about sellers and just wanted to give you some tips on selling your home when it is a seller's market. If you have not been paying attention to the current real estate market, then you may not realize and know that we are dealing with a seller housing market. And so basically what that means is there are more buyers in the marketplace than there are sellers who are selling their home. So that means that for a lot of owners, their homes are selling for above asking price, which is a great problem to have, right? If you're a buyer in this market, it kind of sucks a little bit because you're fighting and trying to find that perfect home for you and your family, and may have noticed if you're in this market that you're putting in multiple offers, and oftentimes you will end up losing out because you're competing with everyone else and trying to get this particular home. So, but at the same time, while we're saying that it's a seller's market because there's not enough inventory, it's actually still a great time if you're a buyer because the interest rates are so low. It just makes sense because if you decide to wait, then you might not receive that same type of savings that you will receive in the future because of the interest rates being so low. So if you're a buyer, you have some things to think about. And really just weigh the pros and cons and just kind of look at the math to see if it makes sense. I'm definitely going to say that it probably makes sense to go ahead and buy now if you are in a position to buy, because if interest rates start to go up, you've waited and it may not have made sense. But for sellers, so this is, you might be a first-time seller. We always talk about first-time home buyers, but you could be a first-time home seller. So you don't really know what to expect and how it goes. So some tips that I want to provide to you if you're thinking about selling your home is the first thing is really understanding the price point of your home, where it sits at, how it compares to the other homes that may be on the market. So if you're one of those sellers and you kept up with all of the maintenance repairs, you put that new roof on, you replaced the driveway, you've done all of those little maintenance things, you know that your property is in top quality shape, then you can expect that you will be in that higher tier of homes that are selling on the market. But if you are a homeowner, you may not have kept up with the updates. You haven't, refreshed your house with updated paint, or you have not done any of the other necessary repairs, such as you still have that older furnace in there and needs to have a roof, then you're going to be at the bottom tier of all of that. So those homes that are at that top tier, those are the homes that we are seeing leave the market within hours, within 24 hours of them being placed on the market, because you have done such a wonderful job maintaining your home, or maybe you even renovated the home, but you've done such a great job. There's a lot of first-time home buyers in the marketplace. So if you're thinking about first-time home buyers, then they are, they may not have a lot of money saved. This is their first home. So they want to make sure that the home needs the least amount of repairs as possible. So those repairs, such as that roof, well, if you're a buyer, you're going to want that property that doesn't need all of these things, that these are taken care of, because for a first-time home buyer, it's kind of scary buying a property that could potentially need a bunch of repairs and they don't have the savings to do this. So this is what you want to think of. So usually if you take good care of your home, you're putting it on the market, then your home will sell at that top level. Now, if you, again, are that homeowner, maybe you just weren't in a financial position to make those necessary repairs on your home. You have to be realistic on where your home is. It's not going to compare to that top tier property that's collecting the top money or over asking price in the market. So now that we know this, you have to evaluate, compare apples to another home that's in your community or that's in the market that looks similar to yours, where maybe it could use a new roof, but you didn't do it. So we're comparing it to a home that doesn't have those repairs and whatever else needs to be done. Also, a vacant home will show better than a home that is lived in, especially if you have kids, right? Makes it really hard for you to show the property. So when the house is vacant, we can stage it, we can take better photos. The buyer gets to see everything they want to see about that property. But if you are living in that house, this is where it's important for you to start decluttering your home and positioning it so that the buyer can see the home as if they were living there and not with all of your belongings. So removing some of that furniture out of the room, this is a temporary situation, but you want to remove some of that furniture out the rooms. You want to make sure that it's clear in there. You have some fresh sunlight coming into the property so that the buyer can get a really good look and view of that property in there as well. So one of the things as you're going through this process, right? So that offer comes in, you're the seller, you receive that offer on the property, right? So you want to make sure that you keep your emotions in check. It's so important to not take it personal on the comments or feedback that you may receive from the showings that happen on your property. Making sure that you don't take offense to it, that agent or someone left the lights on after showing the property. Yeah, we don't like that, but this is kind of like what can possibly happen when you put your home on the market and you have other people showing and entering your home. Now, we are still dealing with COVID-19. So because COVID, we want to make sure if possible, and we leave things at the door like your face mask, shoe booties, and gloves. And then I highly suggest that when you return back home after any showings that you then take some Lysol or some bleach wipes and start wiping down your counters, your door handles after people have been coming through your property. Now, if someone has contracted the coronavirus, then they should be letting us know, and that information will be relayed to you. But sometimes maybe they didn't think about it. It's definitely not on purpose, but they could have carried this through your home, and we don't know. So it's important that you go ahead and wipe down all of those surfaces. The other thing, let me mention this before I forget as well. If you're here in the Cleveland market, you know that we're dealing with cold and snow and all of that. So if your original or initial photos that are listed on the MLS are photos with snow covering, it's hard to see what's going on, I definitely suggest that when we have a sunny day, because that kind of pops in and out when that happens, you want to make sure that you run out and you take a picture of the home when the snow is kind of melted. So you have some pictures with the snow, you have some pictures without the snow, so we have capture a clear view of your home that you have for sale, and then you can upload or refresh those photos on the MLS. So keeping your emotions in line is going to be very important when you're selling your home, because there's going to be some things that are said that you may not be prepared for. If in your home you have a security system, and in that security system you have the capabilities to listen in on the conversation, this is actually a no-no. I know you may want to hear what they have to say, but the client or that potential buyer should have the privacy of being able to go through the home, make whatever comments in the private setting of their significant other and their real estate agent. They could be even talking about making an offer to you, but they should be able to have that privacy of having those conversations without you listening in on them. So also, I know a lot of you will get tempted to sell your home for sale by owner. I definitely suggest that you use a real estate agent. And I know that could sound a little biased just because I am a real estate agent, but I want to talk about some things that I've seen happen in the past. And usually, number one, when someone sells their home for sale by owner, you're just not familiar with the contracts, the steps, and everything that kind of goes through that process. So what I typically find, because I've bought buyers to that for sale by owner, and so You have no one representing you because you have not done this before. So the contract, if you rely on that buyer's agent to kind of write up the contract, they're going to make sure that they're doing everything in the best interest of their buyer client versus in your best interest. So it's definitely important for you, or you want to make sure that you just hire a real estate agent to help prepare and work on behalf of yourself. Oftentimes too, when you're the seller, that for sale by owner, you get direct feedback from those buyers, and so it just becomes a conflict of interest. Going back to your emotions and feelings, sometimes some things are said that you do not take kindly, and that can kind of ruin the situation, especially if you've gotten under contract with this individual and then some words are exchanged based on that. So the other thing too, you want to make sure again that you're setting a reasonable price to sell your home, looking at those comps that are on the market, comparing apples to apples, where your property is in comparison to other properties as out there, and then preparing your home for sale. So in this market, that seller's market right now, homes are going so quick. So when they flip that switch, it is on, and you're going to get showings probably immediately the same day if it is priced right. So with that being said, sometimes you think, well, I'll just put it on a day, and you're not expecting for showings to really start until maybe the weekend and give you some time to do a couple other things. No, you need to, when that home goes live, it needs to be ready and available that same day. So with that being said, if you said that, well, I need 2 hours for showings to know, then that's fine, but we should have had that conversation up front so we can set what the expectation is on the showings. So that's definitely going to be important for you as well. The other thing is just with the snow here in Cleveland, making sure that you clear off sidewalk and pathways up to your doors, salting your driveways to make sure no one slips and falls, because we don't want any lawsuits happening either. So overall, preparing your home to sell when it's a seller's market, you can definitely prepare for your home if priced right. You can definitely prepare for your home to sell relatively quickly. And you can also expect for multiple offers to come in on those properties. So if you want more information or have some additional questions on how to go about preparing your home, getting your home on the market, or you want a free analysis of how much, like a price opinion for your home, the value of your home, we can offer that for you for free. You can call our office at 216-220-7886. And I have that going across the bottom of the screen here so you can see that. So my name is Andrea Wilson. I am the broker here at Brick House Realty. Thank you for joining me today. If you are not already, please subscribe or like my channel. I definitely come on every Monday and a few other days of the week to share lots of great tips and information about the real estate market. If you're thinking about investing in real estate, we have you covered as well. We have a mentorship group that is for people who want to get started investing in real estate or newbies to investing in real estate. We have do a strategy session with you. We have monthly trainings and a lot more. That is a one-time fee of $299. We're still taking folks to our group. If you want to learn more about that, shoot me a message. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy your Monday. Stay warm out there, and we will talk to you next time.